Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so my name is Rosie and I am currently a CNA, and I just wanted to share with you guys, right? 10, 10, 10, 10 things you need to know before you become a CNA, right? And a CNA, this is just a bonus tip. For those that don't know what CNA stands for, it means Certified Nursing Assistant. Okay? All right. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you, number one, right? Number one, get trained with a reputable company, right? Um, there are many different CNA schools out there, right? You need to know if this school is legit. There are a lot of people that can get up and say, "Oh, we're training CNAs," but you need to ensure that you get good training, right? You don't want to just get up and be trained by anybody that came out of the woodworks, right? You need to get trained from a reputable company so that you'll get a good education, because you're taking care of people. You're not taking care of toys or plants. This is real, right? You're taking care of real people. So, another tip on that same point one, another tip, you want to ensure that you get bargains, right, while you're going to school. Because I am a part of a CNA group online, and something that I've seen is that a whole lot of people, they've gotten their CNA training for free, right? Free. I had to pay for my training. I mean, where I was training, it was a nursing home, but they didn't tell me that as a matter of fact, it's not that they didn't tell me. What happened is that you needed to make contact with the third party that was sponsoring the nursing home, and I didn't know about that. I mean, I wasn't informed about um, communicating with a third party. So when I went in to get the program done, I had to pay. I mean, there were students in my class that were going for free. So if you can go for free, by all means, take the opportunity. There are nursing homes that will train you for free. There are hospitals out there that will train you for free, right? I know there are community colleges out there that have a CNA program, but I'm not putting community colleges down. But if you can get it for free, don't go paying no expensive tuition, right? Because at the end of the day, every CNA is taking the same state board exam. Whether you go to a hospital or a nursing home, the same state board exam. Okay? All right. So that's point number one. Point number two, right? Um, you're not gonna be rich. Okay? This job will not make you rich, but at least you can pay your bills. At least you can pay your bills. It's something. It's something to put in your pocket. It's not gonna make you rich. So that's number two. I mean, it's gonna be a little increase. I mean, in some states it's a little more than minimum wage. In some states it's minimum wage. It depends on your state. But I mean, I know there's been a lot of advocacy for CNAs. A lot of people have been advocating for CNAs to get pay increase. So yeah, I mean, it's not gonna make you rich. So if you're expecting to be rich, it's not. It's not gonna do that. All right. So number three. Okay, so you're starting hourly wage based on what I have read online and what I've seen. You're gonna be starting, and this is point number three. Yeah, I think I said three. You're gonna be starting some states it's like eight something, and it can go up to between 8 to 10.50, and from 10.50 to 16 per hour. It depends on what state you're in. Your state is makes a big difference, right? So like I said, what back to point two, it's not gonna make you rich, right? So point four, and I'm kind of following my notes here because I don't want to give make up anything for y'all. I've actually written down some stuff ahead of time. So point four, all right. Adding on to point two and three, in order to make money, right? In order to make money as a CNA, my advice is to do traveling, right? Traveling or private care. Traveling, you will get an assignment. You could get an assignment in your home state, or they will pay for you to go outside of your state, right? There are different travel companies out there. They'll pay for you. Travel CNA companies, yes. CNAs can travel. A lot of people don't know that. They assume that it's just nurses, just travel nurses. No, CNAs can travel, right? You can be a travel CNA. And they get paid more than regular CNA because a lot of times when you're traveling, you're filling a vacancy, right? And I mean, I know you're probably saying, well, every job you're filling a vacancy, but you're filling an extreme vacancy. That's why they had to get travel CNAs, right? Not just a typical, oh, somebody left the job and so you're gonna get that spot. No, this is usually it's to help places that has um, a very long term shortage of CNAs, and usually those places sometimes are going through crisis, right? I know there was a whole lot of travel CNA job offers for COVID, right? So yeah, it's usually to fill vacancies, and those CNAs are in high demand. You know, so you get paid for just going out there, and some companies will pay for your plane fare. Other companies will encourage you to drive. If you drive, they'll encourage you to drive, but they will pay for housing. So you don't have to worry about paying rent. They will pay your housing. Um, they'll pay for your housing. They'll also give you a stipend for grocery, right? So, I mean, if you want to make money and save money, travel CNA, yeah, that's the way to go. I'm not promoting for a travel company, but I'm just trying to help somebody here, right? Next point, private care. With private care, you're more than likely gonna be doing one on one. It's only one patient that you're gonna have. So, and then they usually pay you higher than the average CNAs, because you're just there with that person for the entire day, and you're catering to their every need, right? The every need and most of their wants, right? It's you, right? It's just you. So they give you extra compensation for that, and the hours are usually more flexible and they're usually longer, right? If you're trying to make more money, a lot of times, because I was a private aide at one point in time, and when I say longer, I mean you get a typical 8 hour with a regular CNA job, but like if you're doing private care, they might give you 10 hours. If you're trying to make money, I was doing it the summer before I started community college. If you're trying to make money, private care, boo, private care, okay? So, point number five, which is very important, right? Very important as a CNA. Point number five, you're gonna be cleaning a whole lot of body fluid, right? And I try to say that nicely, but it's a major part of your job. You're gonna be cleaning bowel movement, what else? Bowel movement, urine, blood, sometimes emesis, sometimes saliva. Um, you're gonna be wiping noses. So, and not just noses, but um, yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot of the dirty stuff, right? It's nursing. Nursing is not sugarcoating anything. You're gonna be doing a lot of dirty stuff, right? So, yeah, that's number five. And if you are strong enough, if you feel like your heart is strong enough to do all of that, I'll say go for it. And if you're already in nursing and you're already a CNA, then you know that that is something that is expected of you, and you have to do it in respecting your patient's dignity. You cannot just come in and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that, or Ew, I'm not gonna touch that. There are people that these people that are going through their different sicknesses and stuff like that, they don't want you coming and screwing up your face just because they need to be cleaned or they need a bath or stuff like that. So that's something to think about, right? You really have to sit within yourself and think about whether you are respectful enough, your heart is strong enough for you to do this and maintain the patient slash resident slash client's dignity. It's a big deal. You know, any one of us could be in that position at any point in time. So, number 6, you're either gonna be mandated or short staffed. Alright? Get that in your head. Like, seriously. Nursing has a severe shortage. Not just nurses, I said nursing, so CNAs as well. There are probably more spots for CNAs than nurses because it takes a shorter time to become a CNA. And I think I should just put that point out there as like a bonus point that CNA, it takes like maybe sometimes 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Some schools it's a whole semester, but it's a shorter time to become a CNA than a nurse. So there are gonna be more CNAs out there. So, but even though you have more CNAs, there is a shortage of CNAs, right? And so you're gonna be at work, and it should be maybe 4 or 5 of you on the floor, and only like 3 of you show up, you know. And if it's a facility that does not have mandation, and mandation means that if I don't come to work and you're already at work, you're gonna stay and work a second shift, right? You have to sign a paper at the facility that will mandate you before you get the job. So if you break that contract, you could lose your job. If you go home or when you're supposed to be mandated, you could lose your job and you could be written up for abandonment of shifts because mandation means that you stay and work in the space of the person that did not show up. So that's something that you have to think about. If you don't like to be mandated, if you when the shift is over, you just want to go home, then don't work for a facility with mandation, right? And I'm not putting down facilities with mandation because usually mandation is important because those facilities are usually extremely short staffed. So they need mandation in place to ensure that people stay at work and come to work, and do, and I say come to work because there's some people that, um, if I'm being mandated and you're not coming to work, then it's gonna be a big deal. I mean, I'm not gonna think that you're a good employee, and so it encourages people to just show up and not have their co-workers sitting around and stuff like that, because eventually it's gonna create a breakdown between the relationship that I have with you and eventually the reliability that I have, um the expectations that I have of you is gonna change, So it encourages people to show up and do their job, because if you're not showing up when you do show up, you're not gonna enjoy yourself at work. Nobody's gonna respect you enough to, want to actually work with you and ensure that your shift goes well. So you're gonna have mandation and you're probably gonna be short staffed. It's a thing in nursing. But most facilities, they don't have mandation, right? I worked in more than one facilities, and it's only one facility that I've ever worked in that has mandation. So it's not like it's something that across the board. So that's why I said if you don't want that for yourself, don't apply to somewhere with mandation. However, mandation has its benefits because it means that somebody's always gonna be there, or somebody should always be there, you know. So it could be an advantage. It means that you're probably never gonna be working as the only CNA if there's mandation, right? And it sucks to be the only CNA taking care of over 40 something residents. That I'm pretty sure that would suck, you know. So number 6. Oh, I think I said number 6. Yeah, number 6. Okay, number 7. This job will put you at risk for back problems. Right? You have to practice proper body mechanics. If you cannot lift somebody by yourself, don't. Do not attempt to lift anybody more than your body weight. And even if they're not your body weight, if the person feels heavy, if the person can't help you, if the person feels stiff, if they're extremely contracted, do not attempt to move them by yourself. Get help, right? Get help. Work with two people, two or more, right? I've worked with residents before that are so overweight that you need at least three people to move them, right? That protects you, the other CNAs, and the residents. It protects your license, it protects your back and your health. Do not attempt to move anybody by yourself. Always ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Right? I mean, if you ask for help and there's nobody to help you, as long as the resident is safe where they are, they can stay there. Don't move them. As long as they're safe. If they're in danger, then you need to raise a lot of alarm. If they're in danger, you need to raise alarm. But if they're safe, right, if they're in bed and like they're supposed to go to therapy or they're supposed to go somewhere, you can't find anybody to move them, don't move them yet. Wait until you find somebody, you know? So that's point number 7. And point number 7 ties in with point number 8. CNA work is teamwork. It has to be teamwork. You cannot do it all by yourself. So don't come into work and expect that, oh, I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm going to do it all by myself. I'm an introvert and I ask for help. If I can ask for help, you can ask for help too. Right? It's required. There's a lot of things that is required for two people, especially when moving the mechanical lift. And if you're not in healthcare and you don't know what the mechanical lift is, the oil lift is a device that you use two people, right, to lift a resident up. They put the resident in a sling, and it's kind of similar to a crane where the person is slowly going up and up and up like this, and you use it to transfer the person from bed to chair, chair to bed, or to weigh the person. It depends on the reason why you're supposed to use the oil lift, but the oil lift has a very important purpose, and you're not supposed to be lifting somebody with an oil lift by yourself, because if they fall out of it, you could lose your license, and depending on how what happens to the resident, depending on how much the family wants to push it, you could go to jail. So don't take any risk. Don't say, oh, I can't find anybody to help me move this resident, I'm gonna just move them by myself. Don't do it. Don't don't Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. No, 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 don't do it. Do not do it, okay? So number 9, I'm sorry, number 9, some CNAs have different specialties. So if you're a CNA, or if you're thinking about becoming a CNA, you don't have to stay in nursing home, which is long-term care, or nursing home, rehab, or the hospital. You don't have to. I mean, CNAs can be med techs, which means that you're gonna be passing medication like the nurse. There are some states, I know Virginia is one state that encourages CNAs, that allows CNAs to become med techs, med aides, medication aides. They pass medications, right? So if you don't want to stay changing people, or you don't want to stay bathing people, giving showers, feeding, and there's nothing wrong with staying as a CNA that does ADLs. That's what they're called, bathing, feeding, dressing. It's fine. I mean, I've been a CNA that does mainly ADLs for years, and I'm fine with it. But if you don't want to stay just doing ADLs, you have other avenues, right? You can become a med aid, but you have to be a CNA first, and then go back to school to become a med aid. I'm not sure, and you can comment down below if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if you can go straight to becoming a med aid before becoming a CNA. I know some states you have to be a CNA first, but correct me if I'm wrong with that one. So, yeah, you can work in dialysis. There are dialysis technicians that are CNAs first, right? So, yeah, you can actually go on to doing other things with your CNA certificate. So number 10, okay? Number 10, and this is why a lot of people do CNA work before becoming nurses, because you can get a whole, and I say a whole lot, I mean a whole lot of experience as a CNA, right? You can get you learn how to properly transfer somebody. You're gonna learn about different healthcare policies. You're gonna learn about different diseases, different disease processes, what happens to your body as you go through different diseases. I know before I started as a CNA, I wasn't aware of the different processes that somebody goes through during Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's is a big thing in nursing homes. I wasn't aware, that somebody with Alzheimer's could actually remember a lot of stuff. I thought that, oh, you have Alzheimer's, you're gonna forget everything. But no, it takes a while before the person gets to the point where they're forgetting everything. And a lot of times they have routines, Alzheimer's people, they have a lot of different routines, and if you keep them in that routine, this is a tip. This is a tip. If you keep that person in the same routine, it could help, right? It could help the person to remain as much themselves for a longer time. With an Alzheimer's person, you don't want to take them out of their routine. That's why sometimes they're angry. That's why sometimes they're mad, because they want to just go ahead and do whatever they want to do, right? You can't change them, so try to change the environment so that they can feel comfortable, in that environment. So, yeah, you're gonna learn a lot of experiences. I learned a lot of stuff about wound care, a lot of stuff about ostomies. I learned customer service. Yes, you're gonna be learning customer service because you need to know how to talk to people properly. You need to know proper bedside manners. You're gonna learn stuff like that. And yeah, you're gonna be learning a whole bunch of things. So yeah, I would say it's a good career field. If you're thinking about going back to school to be a nurse, it's a really, really good experience, and you will learn a whole lot of stuff. Um, so yeah, because I remember, like, I'm in school now, and I remember going through my foundation scores, and it was not necessarily easy, but having the background knowledge as a CNA made it easier, right? So stuff like that, you just wanna, why not gain the experience? So yeah, that's my 2 cents, um or my 50 cents, or my penny. That's what I have to say. So I'm just looking here to see if I missed anything. um yeah, if you need me to tell you anything else, just ask me some questions and I'll just make another video about it. So yeah, I decided to just make this video so you guys would actually be informed. I mean, nobody told me anything, so at least I can help somebody. So thank you guys for watching.